here, bring it in. Bring it in, buddy. Bring it in. Oh yeah, for the. I guess what would Canadian state song be?
I'm gonna need to hear it.
Alberta, British Columbia. No, Minnesota, Alberta.
Have you guys ever been to the 50 states?
No.
You ever heard of it?
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas. Hi, y'all. Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
My last question is, my friend had a dream that your face felt like sandpaper. I was wondering if it tastes like sandpaper, or if Jared could touch your face when you tell her. We can do it for us, or we can do it, you know, that too.
You got a match? I can light it.
Like a thick grain sandpaper for like a, yeah.
And I was wondering if there was a moment that you guys would never forget, that you just messed up or did something so that you should not have. That's never going to leave your mind. Or maybe someone else did it on the show, or...
Like our favorite blooper?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Yes, I have two that immediately shot to mind. Take it away. One is the snake, when I couldn't say that. That's another part of this organic writing. Sam's supposed to be on the couch, and I was like, nope. Now, mind you, it's crawling over my shoulder, and he's 4 feet away, and gets up and leaves. The snake's head was bigger than my fist.
That's,
Do you remember? My other one is, there's something where we were eating, or I was eating, and I was telling you a story about something. I was eating chicken, and then there was a ligament. Oh, I had sulfur for breakfast or for lunch.
yeah. That was your back in your gassy years.
I'll be honest, not so gassy anymore. No. He grows up and he grows up. You lay him all down. Not as much protein.
I don't know. There was this one shot where Jared was supposed to enter and bang on the car, and I was supposed to turn the music down, and he never entered.
And I blacked out for about a minute and a half. I woke up on top of a car. I woke up on top of a car. That was one. Thank you. What's your favorite?
Oh.
See? It's not easy, is it?
I think it would have to be the one where, I think it was Jared, let one rip when you guys were in the Impala. It did not look good from the looks on you guys' faces.
It's never good. Especially when he has sulfur for breakfast. Thanks. Thank you. Bye.
Someone's always coming around here, trailing some new kill. Says I see your picture on $100 bill. What's a game of chance to you to him is one of real skill. So glad to meet you, Angela. Picking up the ticket shows there's money to be made. Go on, lose the gamble, that's the history of the trade. Did you add up all the cards left to play to zero? then sign up with evil Angelas. Don't start me trying now. So I'm all over it, Angelas. I can make you satisfied in everything you do. All your secret wishes could right now be coming true. Spend forever with my poison arms around you. No one's gonna fool around with us. No one's gonna fool around with us. So glad to meet you, Angela.
I've missed your musk.
You know what's fun? Just segue. I just had to re-record for the season opener. They do a bit of a montage to kind of catch everybody up with what's happened over the past 159 or 49 episodes. And I had to re-record the line, Dad wants us to take over the family business. Saving people, hunting things. You know, that line, right? And because I listened to the recording that it was done season one.
Seasons and seasons ago.
And it was like, I think Dad wants us to take over the family. They finally were like, you know what? We've got to re-record that line.
I went back and watched Hookman. Hookman was on TV, and that was our second episode we recorded. Well, it was pilot Indigo Hookman, and I was like, this is a really good show, except you look like you're half your age, and then I don't know who your brother
I was half my age.
If you two were Disney princes or princesses, who would you be?
I'd totally be Jasmine. I don't know which one Jasmine is, but I like Jasmine. Aladdin, I'll be him too. I want a flying carpet.
We're talking about Jasmine and Lavender? What?
Can I change my answer? I want to be the Beast.
Congratulations. I guess that makes me the beauty. You know who you are?
Personally.
Actually, you know who you remind me of sometimes?
Who?
It's since I'm gonna start calling you Gaston. I'm gonna preface this by saying the only reason I know who that is because my sister's 7 years younger than me. Otherwise, I would have no clue what you people are talking about.
Dude, why was it playing in your trailer last time I walked?
You shut your mouth. Sorry to throw you under the bus there, Mackenzie.
I'll do Gaston.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
I think it's possibly too easy. That sounds so cheesy, but I think, what's that? Contempt or something breeds something?
Familiarity.
Yeah, but I want to change a little bit to familiarity. There's like an easiness to set, and I'm sure sometimes I feel like if it doesn't feel like I'm working hard, that I might not be taking it seriously enough. Like you feel like it should be harder, it should be more difficult to be around, but I don't feel like it. So I get like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Because this is actually pretty fun. And I think growing up in sports, we got each other's backs, and we realized like for Jensen to win, I win. For me to win, he wins. So it's all pretty simple, you know?
Yeah, there's never been that kind of competitive edge to I will say that he and I compete vigorously against other people. But for some reason, there's since day one, there's just been this kind of, you know, unspoken truce between the two of us, where it's like, you know what, we're better together than against each other. So
Let's pick on Misha.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Misha carries the brunt of all of our tormenting.
You know what? I actually, I just had this talk earlier in my private. First off,
He does. In his private time, he likes to talk about his hair.
how's it
Himself.
going? Hey, goes like
Hey
this.
there. How's it going?
I'm washing my hands. How's it going, Jared? Nothing much. What you doing? Nothing much.
What's weird is it talks back.
It's like the Lucifer scene. It kind of like has its own mind. Anyways, I asked myself if I'm willing to cut my own hair. I didn't have a good answer for myself, which perturbed myself. No, I am up to, as soon as, to reference a prior question, probably my first Texas summer away from school. Getting a little trendy.
What do you think? You think you go?
That wasn't a question. You can't say that.
You think you go with like a man's haircut?
No, I don't want to. I think I'd be willing to do it, but I can't do it for the show, unfortunately.
There was
Thank you. My hair loves you.
nobody asked you. Eric Kripke said season 1, wasn't it? Or season 2? Season 2, I think. I don't know, for some reason, cutting your hair came up. And Kripke was like, listen, this is not Elizabeth. Alright? Not gonna come back with like some short crop do. You're gonna keep the long hair, he's gonna keep the short hair, and that's how it's gonna be until the show's done.
You know what? I almost, during the strike, he shaved his head last day. I almost did. It occurred to me that his hair could grow back in time to look similar enough, whereas if I had shaved my head, then by the time we came back for long distance call or something like that, Ghost Racer, my hair would have been this length, and they would have had to explain it. So
You would have wore a wig.
I would have wore a wig.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The witch?
I love how you're rocking the plaid today. Very nice.
Yeah.
I broke one.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my question is, in the French Mistake episode, Sam and Dean kind of wake up in this world as Jared and Jensen. What would happen if you guys were on set one day and suddenly you were in the supernatural universe as Sam and Dean?
We'd probably scream and clutch to each other.
I'd find Castiel, so at least I can make fun of somebody again. I'd get in that car and leave. I'd go to the beach somewhere.
If we were all of a sudden Sam and Dean,
Yeah, but like not like you were Sam and Dean, but you still remember that you used to be Jared and Jensen. Something like that.
well, the good news is that Jared and Jensen have been fake fighting ghosts for 8 years now. I would use that knowledge and apply it realistically. And I would literally just walk with salt dripping out of my back pocket.
I'd have to go get a tattoo, I guess. Who's got the tattoo? Nice.
You actually have the tattoo?
The real one?
Really?
Awesome. How many do we have? 10? Sweet.
Wow.
I'd have to
That's
ask
awesome.
you, I'd have to go get one.
Yeah. Get tatted up, probably have to, you know, look in the phone book and find some hunters.
Tell them we're scared.
Start making salt shotgun shells. We blow it up, basically.
Salt belts.
You know what I do?
Eat a lot of burgers?
Yeah, I eat a lot of burgers.
You can do that here. Find a Whataburger, girl.
You know, I get dogs. I get some like Rotties or something, like something scary, and
Cover them in salt.
and cover them in salt and iron.
You're weird, man. What are you doing to that thing with the dog? It's a dog.
Absolutely. Hi.
My question is for both of y'all. When y'all first started acting, how long did it take for y'all to lose your Texas drawl? And when you come back home to Texas, does it
just automatically
No,
come
no,
back?
Well, we both grew up in a big city. I mean, he was Dallas and I was San Antonio, so it's not, there aren't super thick draws. I think it's lazy, I think they call it lazy
Yeah,
speech.
I'm
Like getting rid of
putting all
lazy
of
speech,
them
saying
when
I
I
get
go
it, so I get it, you know, or I remember again.
What?
You're talking about like how to do, we did classes in high school actually. We had vocalists come by and we did class in high school talk about what's called correct something speech. Like Atlantic also? No, Atlantic, the accent, the American accent is actually a certain,
A non-regional accent.
yeah, like a non-regional, yeah, they call it Atlantic. Like toss Atlantic. Anyways, we did it in high school, we did it, so I don't really remember, it was part of a class we took and stuff like that.
And I grew up just north of here, about 20 minutes. But my mother wasn't raised in Texas. She didn't have a Texas accent. And my father is in the industry. He does a lot of voiceover work, does a lot of commercials and stuff like that. So he really couldn't have, I don't know, Dad, did you work on losing your accent?
Yeah, I had to in order to work.
Yeah, he had to lose the accent in order to work.
Well, you respond with a less thick accent, so I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I had to in order to work.
I had to. But Mom, I tell you what, it has been hard going.
Get her done. I digress. So I didn't have a heavy influence of accents growing up in the house, so that probably helped me lose it when I needed to lose it. So, but yes, to answer your second part of your question, I think it both kind of comes out a little bit more heavy in us when we come back to home and hang out with our buddies. Hi.
My question is for Jared, because Jensen doesn't have a baby, so I can't ask this question to him.
Fair enough.
That you know of. I kid. My mother's over there going, what? I knew it!
But I was wondering, does Thomas have like a favorite lullaby or something like that?
Anyone not sung?
Sing it, Daddy.
I will have nightmares about that for the rest of my life. Sing it, Daddy. No, Thomas actually likes to talk himself to sleep, but he's a very attentive kid. He doesn't like to not be a part of things, and so if you talk or sing anything, he won't go to sleep. And so we give him a bath and we put him in his crib and let him talk himself to sleep. But I was making not so, it wasn't really a joke. I was saying to Jen, I was like, baby, I spend so much time away doing, immediately I had to leave and go to do the Rome and the Brazil conventions, and we didn't take Thomas because he would have needed vaccines. And so Daddy was an iPad for about 10 days. And I was joking that when I finally got back and he actually had Daddy in the room, I'd be like, Thomas, and he'd start looking for the iPhone. Like, hey dude, get out of my way, I'm trying to find my dad. And so every time he hears me, he like looks for an iPad. And I was like, it's that guy again.
It's fake dad.
Yeah, it's fake dad. Hey guys, we wanted to ask your help in thanking our family. My parents and Jensen's parents and brother and sister and family are here, and they're all sitting right up here. They made the trek out, so we wanted to say hi and we love them, and I guess they're responsible for putting us here, so.
Well done.
Thank you guys.
Is that it?
Memory foam. What's that? It remembers me.
I have a question.
Shoot, you in the red.
Not to
You with the mic.
get serious, but what happened to the last scene in the first episode?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yes. We actually had a scene. You think maybe
A deleted
we'll
scene? There's a deleted scene?
Yeah, we have
You guys, a little insider info.
I-square, as we call it.
Spoiler alert for any of you who care.
Has anybody not seen it?
Has anybody not seen the first episode? Why are you here?
Get out of here! Cliff, get that. Where's
They're like, I thought this was the Glee convention. I kid.
We'll sing for you.
It's not. Though Jared might sing. Yeah, that last scene with Dean on the phone to Benny was not the last scene. We had a little brother scene at the end that they cut right out. Take that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, he's good. We were worried because I was sick, like I said, that we were going to get him sick, but he seems to be too much of a tank to hippopotamus. That's what we call him. Hippopotamus. Thank you. I have several. Do I have this? Watch out, because we'll be here till midnight.
What kind of a question is that? A new father. Do you have a picture of your child?
He's even on my. He's even on my thing. Yeah.
I have pictures of him for crying out loud because he keeps sending it to me.
Check it out. I do. I have several. I can bore you for hours.
He's a cute kid.
Well, I'm Samuel Dean Winchester.
Which makes me Dean Samuel. Middle names. Do we know? Have we? Is that our middle names in real life? Tristan and Ross.
Yeah. But Samuel Tristan.
Really? Yeah, really?
Some of those tailors goes, oh really? I'm out of here.
It's not my fault.
We went to side note. We went to, I always joke, Jared used to be a very popular name. I don't know if it is anymore, but I never have, probably Jensen too. I'd go to Six Flags.
You think?
And I'd never find a Jared cup. And I was like, surely by now. Yeah, never. Or it'd be like Jarrod or something.
I thought that was my cross to bear, but it's nice to know you feel my pain.
I'm with you. I'm with you. We went to the UT alumni store to get some hats and stuff like that. And once again, no Jared, but right beside where Jared should be in the...
Was Jensen.
I would. Was mnemonica. Yeah, true story. I was like, there are more mnemonicas than Jared's?
Wait, mnemonica?
Mnemonica, yeah, with the NA in front of it. And I was like, I've met Jared's before, I've never met a mnemonica, and I want a cup, I want a UT. So write your local congressman, see if I can get a UT Longhorn. Sorry, side note. The travails. Hi.
Hi, I just wanted to say I really enjoyed Angeles, and I'm sure a lot of other people saw the video as well. Yes.
Hey.
I thought the camera work was fantastic. If I may say,
that was Jared using my iPhone to film that. That was fun. That was like a little weekend project that Steve and I did. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, I was just wondering how hard was it to act out as Simon Dean losing Bobby, knowing that he was the biggest father figure they had, even more so than John?
That was really tough. You know, I'll take this one. She's asking what we want. You in the shirt. Yeah, this is Jensen. I'll take it. I'll take this one.
What's it like having to put up with Jared all the time?
I'll take this one.
It's really funny you asked that. And I'm glad you did, actually. Oh, hey. Hey, guys. You were saying?
Yeah, carrying on. No, it was really difficult. I didn't realize how serious, this sounds really stupid, but we've obviously had a lot of, I've died on the show, he's died on the show, a lot of people die on the show and come back. I didn't realize really that he was dying. Not really.
So I was caught off guard by how severe and sincere the episode turned out to be. And it was difficult, but it was a great episode.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, we had a lot of loss on this show. It was very difficult. So it, yeah, what? I'm emotional, man. No reason. So it's you know, it's never an easy thing, especially with a character that you know you built such a relationship with over many seasons is taken away. But unfortunately, that's you know, that's the movies, and that's TV, and that's good television. And but the good thing is because of these things, we still get to see Jim quite a bit, and we still talk to him a lot too, anyway. So bring him here.
He won't fit in my carry-on.
Get a bigger carry-on.
Okay.
No, it's carry-on? Are you kidding me? It's like a body bag.
Yeah, I have a gigantic carry-on. If my carry-on were on any other human being, they'd make them check it. But because relatively, it's not really big.
Because it looks like a purse?
Yeah. My purse is on the other side. But my bag, it's probably 60 pounds or something. It's a big old duffel bag, and I have it chock full. But if somebody else had it, they'd be like, you gotta check that. Anyways, sorry.
That's yeah. I don't know that we've. I don't think that there's any personal fears that we've conquered while shooting the show. What's that? I'm pretending that I don't see what's happening.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's. I didn't like those. I'm not fearful of them. I just don't like them.
What's funny is that
what about the dolls?
Not afraid at all of clowns.
Were dolls and playthings?
Dolls are weird.
That was creepy.
Yeah,
no, but I mean, you know, I had the giant boat restrictor crawl across me. That wasn't fun, but I didn't care. Bees, spiders, worms.
Oh, I was terrified. Here we go. This isn't even a fear. This isn't even a fear. I just remember in Chris Angel's A Douchebag, when Sam is tied up and there are the swords above him, we had it set up to where they were all dull, but it was set up, the swords were over me. And there was like
Right, you did not like that.
I did not like that. Oh, the snake. I didn't like the snake either.
The snake was on me! I'm on the couch, here comes the snake, the head's bigger than my fist, comes over my shoulder. He, on the other end of the couch, jumps up and leaves the room. And I'm like, really, dude? It's on me! And it went, I kid you not, right here, right there, and in between my legs. I didn't move. Yeah, he's in his trailer, in the bathroom, shaking. Yeah, so we've been putting this on things, but it's...
We take it as it comes, I guess.
Yeah.
There's always one thing that makes me roll my eyes or grit my teeth. So what is that for you two?
What isn't it?
That's kind of a dangerous question.
That is a dangerous question, and I want to answer it. What do I always teach you about?
I can tell you what makes me laugh or chuckle every time I see him. There's little idiosyncrasies to Jared that make me chuckle. Just like I'm sure that I have some that make him chuckle, but I'll do a Jared impression real quick.
Cameron.
But in his defense, he can't help it. The guy's got long hair. I'd be doing the same thing.
Guess I gotta do a Jensen impression. Thank you.
I can't help it, I have striking features.
Sam's a big reader, researcher. I am very like that actually. Sam's always on the computer, he always wants to go to the library, he's always researching stuff. I do, when I kind of get a bug about something, I really delve into it. I read instructions and stuff like that. I know, that's pretty stupid. I'm sorry, guys. I do, and I have this Mophie thing on my phone, and it's great because it charges. Do you know, are you all familiar with the Mophie? I thought Mophie salesman. I was talking about this in my private. I don't think before I talk like Sam. No, but it charges your phone, but if you have it on and it's not clicked on, then it drains it faster. What are you talking about? The Mophie.
Just about Sam! Are you talking about a phone charger?
Oh, here it is. Here we go. So, Jared, like Sam, by reading the instruction manual,
Likes to charge his phone.
This is an unpaid advertisement.
And like Dean, whenever Jared or Sam goes into that mode, I just drink. Oh dear.
Thank you.
I missed that. What? Doesn't work. It's the first response I had. Why don't you take this one? I'd rather not.
Oh, what is it? That's a good question. I don't think I've ever had that question. To get our attention.
I tell you what, we're men, and there's not a lot that women have to do to get our attention. Just kind of show up. We'll notice you.
Craziest thing a man has done.
Oh. Yep.
On that note, I think that was the last question. Thank you for embarrassing us.
Is that it?
It is.
Wow. Way to end on a high note. A low note. Low note.
Yes. Both. Simultaneously and unison.
So I have a question I've been wondering. Every time we see the tattoos, and I know we all love seeing the tattoos, I always glance and think, do they make you guys wax or something before they
Yes, we go to the wax bar. It's a manzillion. You think I'm kidding? That's a real thing. I'm trying to convince Cliff to do it. Come on, Cliff, get the manzillion. Cliff's actually out of the room. He just left. No. Well, the part of the body it's on is not really a hairy part. It's not like it's on our head, you know. So
We don't. You know what? They did though. Initially, that's funny. That's actually a question that I've been asked. So for the first couple seasons, they would have us, whenever we were going to be shirtless, they would have us shave. For whatever reason, I think when it was WB or something, they were like, men don't have hair. Luckily, I think maybe season 4 or something, finally Bob Singer was like, listen, y'all are men, y'all can have some chest hair. Like, woohoo! So now there's no more shaving of the chest, which always feels kind of, for those who shave chests, I'm not judging, but for me it feels odd.
I, fortunately or unfortunately, don't really have chest hair.
Prove it!
Jensen in Nashville, I asked you when we were going to hear you sing again, and you basically said never. And then you show up on Steve Carlson's album singing Angeles. How'd that happen?
Fooled you. He was acting. I don't know. You know, I can't predict the future. I don't know what's going to happen. What did you think of the camera work? A little shaky, wasn't it? Kind of out of focus. It was amazing. It was stunning. It was like artistry in motion. That was obviously not something that I planned, and it was Steve. It took some convincing on Steve's part to get me to do that. But there you go. Who knows? I will never sing again. Enjoy it.
And Get My Boys, I've been doing a lot of screaming this weekend.
I don't forget it.
Okay, my question is for Jared about Jensen.
I like it. I like it more. Go ahead.
Jensen has worn a lot of, shall we say, interesting costumes on the show. Everything from the gym teacher to the cowboy to the 40s style to
Lederhosen.
In your opinion, Jared.
That looked good.
In your opinion, Jared, what is your favorite and least favorite of the costumes?
All right. My favorite's the Western. Who gets to wear a serape? In 2010, 12, whatever year it was. A blanket. Yeah, who gets to wear that? My least favorite, let's see. My least favorite that you had to wear. You know what? We do have, here's a little tease. We will be next Monday, both filming in a costume that, different costumes, but we both costume out. Yeah. It's gonna be very fun. Y'all will enjoy. But I gotta say, I don't have a least favorite. No, my favorite's, I'm jealous of the Western wear, but I laugh the most at the gym teacher. In the, if you're under 18, cover your ears. But in the script, it described Dean as wearing plum smugglers. So it was. They just wanted me in some short shorts. And the rest of it was my idea for some reason.
Only guy on the planet that can actually pull that look off.
Well, I had a coach in high school who was my inspiration. I'm not making this up. You can't make this up. His name was Coach Roach. I'm not kidding. And every day, halfway up thigh, the bike, B-I-K-E bike shorts, which in Canada they don't have those. And so our costume designer had a really hard. She brought out like these cheerleading shorts, and I'm like, no. I need the old school like baseball bike shorts that are mid-thigh, high-rise, big loop, big belt loops, and she's like, I've never even heard of this. I was like, go online, find them. They were back in the 80s. So she finally found a store that she could get them sent from, and
There you have it. There you have it. Yeah.
I've had to word my question very carefully because when I was in Nashville, I asked about period dressing, and you guys kind of went on with that.
Period dressing.
Period, and you guys ran off with that. So I've been practicing on how to phrase it, not.
Good, because we are outnumbered here.
I've never had a period dress.
It's Thomas's first Halloween, and you guys have Halloween coming up. Are you guys going to dress him up, and what's you guys' favorite costume that you've done for the years?
Hey, go away.
What's happening?
I thought he had an opinion. He's Yoda. And y'all will see it. I will tweet it. Y'all will get to see little Thomas as Yoda himself. And I don't know what I'm going to be.
I have for the past 4 years been involved in a haunted house.
Not her haunted house.
Yeah, not a house that is haunted. A maze, and they put it on every year, and I'm one of the guys that likes to scare the living crap out of kids. There is not much. There's not many things I can think of that bring me as much joy as. I'm not kidding. It's a problem I might have to talk about with somebody professionally. But to see just sheer terror on a teenager's face just brings me so much gratification. I feel bad sometimes. Yeah, well, I won't tell you where it is or what it is, but I mean, it's not like you know who, nobody knows who I am, but I've got a mask on, but man, it's so much fun. I'm running the smoke machine at the same time. I'm like, just smokes it up, and it's just lit just perfectly, and here come these kids, and they're like, you go, no, you go, no, you go, you go, okay, I'm gonna go. And then they get it, they're like, well, there's nobody here. And then just right out from behind a curtain, I have this bloody axe in my hand, and I've had multiple people just on their back. Just feet right out from under them, and boom, hit the floor, and I was like, yeah, and it is so fun. So I usually do that every year.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hi.
Hi guys, I'm in yours right now because of YouTube. Okay, this is for Jared.
He does that every morning when he sees me.
Oh, this is a dream come true for me. First timer, so.
Welcome, very cool.
All right, this is for Jared.
Yes.
Yes, I'm loving you, but yes. Okay.
Wait, Kim too? Well, that cheapens me.
She's wearing your shirt.
Yeah, if you love Jensen.
You know, it's funny, I actually have that shirt.
He actually does.
We're Team Switzerland.
And that's, oddly enough, just to kind of touch on that, that's what I wear that scares the crap out of the teenagers.
So, okay, Jared, do you still keep in touch with Alexis from Gilmore Girls? And what was it like to make what was it like to make out with her?
Could you be more specific?
The first kiss.
I will say that this is maybe...
Don't worry, Jen, I got you covered.
Since my wife is here, I will say, I just had a conversation, they were like, how, you do these a couple times a year, right? I was like, yeah. Like, do you get the same questions? I was like, no, I get them doing it every time. And this is the first time I've ever been asked.
Answer the question.
I don't necessarily keep in touch with any of them, but if I see them, like I've seen Lauren since, and I've seen Milo since, and I've seen Sean Gunn, and a few of them, as you agree. And it's always great, but I mean, I'm up in Vancouver and I've got a 7-month-old pooping all over the place. But in all honesty, that was the first time I'd ever had a kissing scene. And you grow up and all the girls think, JTT, Jonathan Taylor Thomas is so cute. And you're like, I want girls to go like, JTP, Jared Tristan Patrick is so cute. And so you have it all played out, and I swear, I don't know what's for Jensen.
Jen, I don't like where this is going.
So you want to go like, okay, I'm gonna do something cool. But then, my son is listening to this.
Be careful from him.
But it gets so, not to take away the magic, but it's so awkward. Because they're like, okay, the camera's here, and action. And you go in and you're trying to make it romantic. And they're like, wait, Jared, so you're too tall, so can you get shorter? Okay. And they're like, okay, well, you're blocking her light, so will you kind of bend a little bit? You're like, yeah, I got it. Like, well, if you go in, your camera's not gonna see her, so will you just kind of like jut your face out? By the time you're kissing, you're like. It's the weirdest.
There is nothing romantic about it.
There is nothing romantic, yeah. It's unfortunately the least romantic thing possible. But she's a very sweet girl, so.
Yeah, and my friend keeps on calling you Dean. And I say, no, it's Sam. It's Sam.
Twas Dean, though. Twas.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you. You're a doll. Thank you so much. Cheers.
A long while ago, Jensen had talked about how he had to re-record the family business monologue from the pilot. So in regards to that, my question is, do you guys ever watch earlier episodes for reference or to help you prepare for future episodes?
I have.
Really?
Yeah. when I was Lucifer, or when I was Meg, for lack of a better, the Meg demon, when I was born under a bad sign, when I did Lucifer, I had to go back and watch to see what the other characters had done to kind of pay homage to it. But for the most part, I remember it all. So only if there's reference to something that's. I'll be there soon, buddy. Only if there's something referenced. Oh. He's like, I hear him, but I don't know where it is. Not too hard. But only if I go back and watch something.
I just imagine that it might be kind of weird for you guys to watch,
It's not kind of weird. It's really freaking weird. Especially if you're going to watch something like pre-season 2. I told Rob, Jen and I, were getting ready in our hotel here. We turned the TV on, and there's a Supernatural movie. And now when we turned it on, it was Rob's line about well, it's one thing having to endure bad writing, but the bugs, and I laughed and I was like, wait a second, that's Supernatural. And then cut to our faces and I was like, that's Supernatural. So it is fun.
I was in the hotel this morning and woke up and I went down to the gym to knock the cobwebs off. I was on the treadmill and they had TVs in front of the treadmill like a lot of hotel gyms have. And you know where this is going. So I'm sitting there and we're just kind of jogging along and I turn the TV on, hit the station, boom, my face. And there was the gym was empty except 2 women, and one of them was on the treadmill next to me. And I just did what I'm running, and my face pops up, and I just go. She was very confused. Yeah, thanks.
I was actually in the gym at our apartment complex in Vancouver, and Gilmore Girls was on. I walked into the gym, and Gilmore Girls was on, and so there were these 2 girls and there were 2 ladies in their training, and I saw it, and I kind of just chuckled to myself, and I got on the treadmill and I started reading my script, and I was kind of, every time I came on screen as a younger version of Jared Padalecki as Dean, weird, but I kind of just glanced and I kind of chuckled, and one of the ladies saw me chuckling, and she's like, do you like the show? I swear to God. And I was like, I'm sorry? And I thought she was just like, I thought she knew who I was. I was like, well, she sees me, she sees the TV, that's me. And I was like, oh, you know, it's a good show. And she was like, yeah, I love the show. And I was like, and this is the actor, I was like, oh, thanks. And she looked at me and was like, huh? I was like, thanks, it's a good show, thanks. She's like, well, what do you mean, thanks? And I was like, oh, well, that's me, that's not me. That's me right there, that's not me, that's me. And she was like, oh my God! So I had a little, kind of similar moment.
Well, yeah, they're also writing for many characters, and we're only responsible for our character. So we have, there's more of a concentrated amount. Hey, Thomas, seriously. Uncle Jensen's trying to get some work done out here. And I love you, buddy, but, you know, there's going to come a time when you're old enough to discipline. And before you get bigger than me, which undoubtedly will happen when you're 12, and I will take full advantage of that small opportunity. It worked. Every time. I think the fact that we work with our characters on a concentrated level, a higher concentrated level than anybody else on the planet, gives us maybe a bit of an edge in that regard. Just like your father. You hear that? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I think I started out this show, we were just talking about this. He's gonna be 35 in March. I'm just turned 30. We started out.
Did you just laugh?
It's okay. It's okay.
I will snap.
Take it out. That's not good. That's not good.
No, Jared, you can just say I'm 34. You don't have to already give me the additional year. It's like 5 months away.
Listen, Jensen was 33 in January, and I mean, especially as a young man, you have a tendency to want to do things fast and make it happen.
Yeah, you're on my list.
What the hell was that? I'll tell you later. Let's get on with the trial.
But yeah, Sam's perception changes quite a bit when his brother comes back into his life. And Sam's perception, beginning of the season, was I don't have Dean, I don't have Cass, I don't have Bobby, I don't have Rufus, I don't have Ellen, I don't have anything. I don't have any guidance. I don't have Kevin, I don't have Crowley. I have nowhere to start. And so, though his reality might not have been that, his perception was, I gotta get out. I gotta do, this has destroyed my family time and time again. When am I gonna wise up and get out of this? And then Dean comes back and he's like, well, okay, and now here's that wrench. And going back to the figure we saw watching Sam, that's kind of dealing with Sam's purgatory. That's kind of Sam's.
Ooh, that's good.
That's good. That's deep.
Good. That's nice.
Like we see Castiel and his reality of sorts in yesterday's episode. We've seen Dean obviously in purgatory, and now we're going to see a little bit of Sam and what he was doing for that year off. And we delve into it, and that also helps, back to your first question, really ratchet up the kind of tension between Sam and Dean.
Very nice.
Look at that.
Good, that was good. I'm very impressed.
I was impressed by the cardboard stuff, so I had to kick it up and amp it up a bit. Amp it up.
So that sounds like we're going to see Amelia kind of coming into the present day storyline
as
well.
Yes.
We kind of seen the last of the purgatory flashbacks now that Cass is out and Dean's out. Because I know the fans are loving seeing it.
I vote for more of them. I say we keep them coming.
I bet you do.
I'm not in purgatory.
Stuff you in
He's
some
not
blood.
in purgatory.
Back
He gets
in
the
mud.
days off.
That's right.
I will say that the purgatory stuff is I think exceeded a lot of people's expectation. I think it's really turned out.
I think episodes
really cool.
14 through 18 are Dean telling Sam about purgatory, and then us dissolving.
Is that right?
I think the fans would love it. I think the fans would love it.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not going to see. Much of purgatory. I think for the next couple, simply because we're now out. But I still think there's stories to be told.
Yeah.
Whether or not we decide to go down that road or not, I have yet to see.
But you know, now that we're dealing with so much kind of topside, you know, between Benny and Dean and Sam, and now between, you know, what's going on with Cass, what's really going on with Cass, and whether or not you know, he lets Sam and Dean in on what's going on with him, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot to deal with, and but it's a good. It all kind of comes together and it all intertwines, and that's what makes good TV.
When did you become such an expert?
Well, after you guys left, I dug into all things monstrous. I'm a wee bit obsessive, if a wee bit means completely. I also found this series of books by Carver Edlund. Did those books really happen? Wow, that is some meta madness. Thanks for saving the world and stuff. Sorry you have zero luck with the ladies.
We need to find every single copy of those books and burn them.
They're online now, so good luck with that.
Awesome. Well, you two crazy kids deal with that. I will go see if there's anything to this case of yours.
Come on with you.
Whoa, are you sure you're okay?
Yes. No. You're taking a knee as long as you're off your game.
I'll go with you.
With no disrespect, okay, but there is a big difference between reading about hunting and actually hunting.
I'm coming with. For serious?
Okay. Now, if you can hit that target.